just to get to a millionth, a harnessing length of the sun's energy would be roughly, give or take an order of magnitude, 100,000 times bigger than Earth's entire economy today. And you're only at 1 millionth of the sun. Give or take an order of magnitude.
Before we went on Optimus, I have a lot of questions on that, but
every time I say order of magnitude, you say.
Anything 10 drinks.
I'm gonna take a shot every time I say that to
Maybe 10 the next time, 100 the after that.
Yeah, well, order of magnitude more wasted.
I do have one more question about XAI. This strategy of building a digital or remote worker, co-worker replacement.
Yeah, everyone's going to do, by the way, not just us.
So what is XAI's plan to win?
Expect me to tell you on a podcast?
Yeah.
Spill all the beans. Have another Guinness.
It's a good system.
People sing like a canary. All the secrets.
Okay, but in a non-secret spilling way, what's the plan?
What a hack.
Well, when you put it that way, I think the way that Tesla solved self-driving is the way to do it. So I'm pretty sure that's the way.
Unrelated question. How did Tesla solve self-driving?
Yeah.
It sounds like you're talking about data, like Tesla self-driving because of the.
We're gonna try data and we're gonna try algorithms.
But isn't that what all the other labs are trying? Like what's?
And if those don't work, I'm not sure what will. We've tried data. We've tried algorithms.
All algorithms.
No, we don't know what to do. I'm pretty sure I know the path, and it's just a question of how quickly we go down that path. Because it's pretty much the Tesla path. I mean, have you tried self-driving, Tesla self-driving lately?
Not the most recent version, but
okay. The car is like it just increasingly feels sentient. Like it feels like a living creature. And that'll only get more so. I'm actually thinking like we probably shouldn't put too much intelligence into the car because it might get bored and
so roaming the streets.
I mean, imagine you're stuck in a car and that's all you can do. You know, put Einstein in a car. It's like, why am I stuck in a car? So there's actually probably limited to how much intelligence you put in a car to not have the intelligence be bored.
What's XAI's plan to stay on the compute ramp of that? What the labs are doing right now? The labs are on track to spend over like $50 to $100 billion.
The corporations.
Sorry. Yeah, corporations.
The labs are at universities and they're really like a snail.
They're not spending $50 million.
The revenue maximizing corporations.
That's right. The revenue maximizing corporations
that call themselves labs
are making like 20 to 10 billion, depending. Like OpenAI is making 20 B revenue. Anthropic is like 10 B.
Close to maximum profit AI.
XAI is reportedly at like 1 B. Like, what's the plan to get to their compute level, get to their revenue level, and stay at there as things get started?
Yeah. So as soon as you unlock digital human, you basically have access to trillions of dollars of revenue. In fact, you can really think of it like the most valuable companies currently by market cap, their output is digital. NVIDIA's output is FTPing files to Taiwan. It's digital.
Right.
Now those are very, very difficult.
High value files.
They're the only ones that can make files that good. But that is literally their output. They FTP files to Taiwan.
Do they FTP them?
I believe so. I believe that is the
SFTP.
file transfer protocol. I believe is. But I could be wrong. But either way, it's a bitstream going to Taiwan. Apple doesn't make phones. They send files to. Microsoft doesn't manufacture anything. Even for Xbox, that's outsourced. Their output is digital. Meta's output is digital. Google's output is digital. So if you have a human emulator, you can basically create one of the most valuable companies in the world overnight, and you would have access to trillions of dollars of revenue. It's not like a small amount.
Okay, so you're saying basically like revenue figures today are just like so like they're all rounding errors compared to the actual TAM. So just like focus on the TAM and how to get there.
I I mean, if you take something as simple as, say, customer service, if you have to integrate with the APIs of existing corporations, many of which don't even have an API, so you've got to make one, and you've got to wade through legacy software. That's extremely slow. However, if AI can simply take whatever is given to the outsourced customer service company that they already use, and do customer service using the apps that they already use, then you can make tremendous headway in customer service, which is, I think, 1% of the world economy, something like that. It's close to $1 trillion all in for customer service, and there's no barriers to entry. You can just immediately say, well, we'll outsource it for a fraction of the cost, and there's no integration needed.
You can imagine some kind of categorization of intelligence tasks where there is breadth, where customer service is done by very many people, but many people can do it, and then there's difficulty where there's a best-in-class turbine engine, like presumably there's a 10% more fuel-efficient turbine engine that could be imagined by an intelligence, but we just haven't found it yet, or GLP-1s are just a few bytes of data. Where do you think you want to play in this? Is it a lot of reasonably intelligent intelligence, or is it the very pinnacle of cognitive tasks?
Oh, well, I was just using customer service as like something it's a very significant revenue stream, but one that is probably not super difficult to solve for. So if you can emulate a human at a desktop, that's just literally what customer service is. It's people of average intelligence. It's not like you don't need like somebody who's spent many years. You don't need like sort of several sigma good engineers for that. But obviously, as you make that work, you can then, once you have computers working, effectively digital optimists working, you can then run any application. Like let's say you're trying to design chips, so you could then run conventional apps, like stuff from Cadence and Synopsys and whatnot, and you can say you can run 1,000 simultaneously or 10,000, and say, okay, given this input, I get this output for the chip, and at some point you can say, okay, you're actually going to know what the chip should look like without using any of the tools. So basically, you should be able to do a digital chip design. Like you can do chip design. Like you march up the difficulty curve. You could be able to do CAD. So you could use like sort of NX or any of the CAD software to design things.
Okay, so you think you start at the simplest tasks and walk your way up the difficulty curve.
So you're saying, look, as a broader objective of having this full digital coworker emulator, you're saying, look, all the revenue maximizing corporations want to do this, XAI being one of them, but we will win because of a secret plan we have. But like everybody's like trying different things with data, different things with algorithms, and I'm like,
I like that.
Like, what is
tried
this,
it.
what is
We're trying
the plan?
What else can we do? Yeah.
Like, it seems like a competitive field, and I'm like, how are you guys going to win? Is like my big question.
I think we see a path to doing. I mean, I think I know the path to do this, because it's kind of the same path that Tesla used to create self-driving. Instead of driving a car, it's driving a computer screen. So it's a self-driving computer, essentially.
Oh, you're saying is the path just following human behavior and training on vast quantities of human behavior?
But sorry, isn't that? I mean, isn't that a training?
I mean, obviously, I'm not going to spell out most sensitive secrets on a podcast. I need to have at least 3 more Guinnesses for that.
I've got some friends at Jade Street, and they're always talking about how their colleagues are fun, fiendish puzzles for each other to solve. Well, last week they sent me one. Basically, they trained a neural network, and they gave me the weights of each layer, but they didn't tell me what order those layers went in. And so I had to figure out the correct order using the outputs of the original network. And as soon as I got this puzzle, I went to my roommate, who's an AI researcher. and we both got immediately nerd snagged. Obviously, you can't brute force a solution. The search space here is 10 to the 122 permutations. So clearly, you need some way to reduce the search space. Then my roommate had to go to work, but because I'm a podcaster, I had some time to take a stab at some of the ideas we discussed. And with a combination of simulated annealing and greedy search, I think it got pretty close. I think I'm actually just a couple of swaps and shifts away from the correct solution. But what makes this puzzle really tricky is that there's no obvious way to escape from a local minimum. I'm afraid that this is as far as vibe coding is going to get me, but maybe you can do better. Check out the puzzle at janestreet.com/Dwarkesh. All right, back to Elon.
What will XAI's business be like? Is it going to be consumer, enterprise? What's the mix of those things going to be? Is it just going to be similar to other labs where you're saying labs, but it makes sense. Corporations.
Psyop goes deep, Elon.
Revenue maximizing corporations, to be fair. Those GPUs don't pay for themselves.
Exactly. But yeah, what's the business model? What are the revenue streams in a few years' time?
I think things are going to change very rapidly. Like, I'm stating the obvious here. I call AI the supersonic tsunami. I love alliteration. So, real humanoid robots at scale is that they will just they'll make products and provide services far more efficiently than human corporations. So amplifying the productivity of human corporations is simply a short-term thing.
So you're expecting fully digital corporations rather than like SpaceX becomes part AI?
I think there'll be digital corporations, but look, some of this is going to sound kind of doomerish, okay? But it's not meant to be doomerish or anything else. Just like this is what I think will happen. Is that pure AI corporations that are purely AI and robotics will vastly outperform any corporations that have people in the loop. Be a job that humans had. You would do calculations. Full of humans, like 20 skyscraper laptop with a spreadsheet. Vastly more calculations than an entire building. So you can think about, okay, well, what if some of the cells in your spreadsheet were calculated by humans? Actually, that would be much worse than all of the cells in your spreadsheet were calculated by the computer. And so, really, what will happen is the pure AI, pure robotics corporations or collectives will far outperform any corporations that have humans in the loop. And this will happen very quickly.
Closing the loop. Sorry, Optimus. Targets and so forth go. Your companies have sort of been that you are, Tesla's been dominant in. And now you want to go into humanoid. Sort of like advice or a plan of how American humanoid armies or the EVs, etc., cheaply as China is on track to.
Well, there are humanoid robots. The real the hand and scale manufacturing. Yeah. So I haven't seen any even demo robots that have a great hand, like with all the degrees of freedom of a human hand. But Optimus will have that.